forgot my headphones. Okay, I am back. Okay, there we go. I think we're good now. Hello. Hi there, hi. Trying out the Lumatone Cam today. So you'll have to let me know how that goes. Let me also move this over there too. Let me get chat. Hi, it's going well, thank you. How's your day going? Now, yes, it's ASMR music time. I'm gonna get into a jam here. I'm not warmed up. I had a pretty nice day today. I taught and did stuff, and I just wanted to play. There's a little bit of latency, so I'll have to get used to that. The sound quality is as well. Can you hear everything? Is there any crackles or any glitches or anything? Is it loud enough? Cool, I'm glad that it sounds good. That happened on my other stream too. I gotta figure that out. I will keep trialing and erroring. I think it just like has to like toggle. Okay, I think we're good now. Sorry about that. Ooh, okay. You get little pops sometime? Yeah, me too. They're crazy to be seen played. Yeah, if you have any questions about anything, I can show you now, because I have a camera here, right? I can like point to it, so I can show certain things, which is cool, because I haven't had that before on other streams. It's kind of convenient. How do you visualize compared to piano? In what way? It's like it is. That's my white notes. That's C. And then so that'll be like a minor with flat, with like the regular flat side. That'll be like the septimal minor. Now I'm back in flat minor. Now I'm going to neutral flat 7. Now F minor sin. Ooh. Ooh, and then we can go like expand it outwards. That's annoying. I wish I wasn't doing that. I wasn't doing that before I tested everything. Maybe... Here, let me fix that. That's really dumb. I'm trying to figure out if there's a certain cause or if there's like a certain thing that does it. Okay, I'm back. Welcome. Incredibly still? No way. Probably not. It seems like my camera keeps like freezing every couple minutes, so I apologize for that. What are some of the crunchiest chords? It depends on what you mean by crunchy. We likely have very different definitions of crunchy. Recorded an album of stuff, a live video with my saxophone partner, our jazz duo Circles of Indigo. We released an album, you know. Do you think the microtonal music is the future? I think that I don't think it works like that. I think that microtonal music will become increasingly more popular if there's music that people find moving and touching and something that really impacts them that's just not as you can't do it without microtonality, you know what I mean? I don't really think of it as like something that is a virtue or a good or bad thing. I mean, I play microtonally because I like the way it sounds. It's that simple, you know? There's qualities that I like that I can't play otherwise. It's that simple. Did you ever release Hex anywhere? Not yet. It's pretty much done. Oh, my camera froze again. God darn it. Why does it do that? That's very frustrating. I'll have to... I guess it probably is... There we go. Hello, I'm back. Oops. Sorry, camera. Astral... Thank you, I appreciate that. I have a whole Astral Dove album. I just haven't released it. There's there's some cool tracks. I've played them before on streams. I recorded this amazing, like analog, I don't know what you call it. It was like this organ. Oh my god, it sounded so good in this room. And that was a great time. 2018, I think, or so. Yeah, the music of it sounds cool. I wrote the whole album, I just never released it, you know? Delphinus Orchestra. Could you turn the Lumatone down a hair? Sure, I can do that. It's probably not that though. It's probably just there. That'll help maybe just a little bit. Did my camera freeze again? No, I'm gonna preemptively just refresh it so it doesn't, because I'm over that freezy camera game. Get ahead of it. Okay. Introduction to microtonal music? I don't really know. Certainly some, I mean, I guess like you mean exposed to, or like that really moved me? I guess I would ask that question. Because I was exposed to microtonality long before it really made, it connected with me in a way that made sense. Which means I didn't hear it sound good until much later, you know what I mean? are there specific songs, my camera froze again, are there specific songs that moved me microtonally? Yes. Fabio Costa's Aphoristic Madrigal, that one really moved me. Michael Harrison's Revelation, I was like already getting into, well, basically one of my friends sent me I was already dabbling. I had already written some stuff in microtonal tunings as well earlier in like 2015, but it was more of like as an effect, you know, it wasn't like something that I was really considering. So my friend sent me some music, and it kind of made me more interested in it. So one night I got into it and I fell super deep into it, and then that same night I was also looking to listen to music, and I found some of Michael Harrison's music, and it was like the first that I had found that I thought you know, sounded good or whatever, you know? Ooh. Me at age 3 on the keyboard. That's awesome. I'll check out your channel afterwards then. I hope you have a fantastic... If you want me to do a request, so you can, of course, super chat or, you know, pay. I don't do requests. I'm more into sort of being a sort of free-flowing wind chime, you know? So, take it or leave it. There's also latency, and I can't get rid of that right now. So it's kind of, see? Probably hear it from the microphone. So I can't really go fast because it doesn't respond quick enough. See? That would actually be smooth. It actually can't go as fast as I want it to right now. See? That's actually, it can go way faster if it was on a higher refresh rate. So that's kind of, I'm just chilling. But the way I've got it set up right now, though, you all have good audio quality. So it's basically like you can have shittier audio quality and I can play better, or you get great audio quality and I you know, I chill. Music has sort of refreshed that I've been listening. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Good morning to you as well, Aramax. Do you prefer thinking in cents and ratios? I think in both in parallel. So I feel like for those I have to learn both simultaneously and quickly. So they're recalled together. They're packaged similarly. It resonates in your heart. Well, I mean, I don't really think of it as anything different in particular. You know what I mean? It's sort of just sound. It's just, you know, it's kind of strange that we don't do more. Ooh. You know? some water. I'm really dry mouth right now. Do you do one-on-one lessons? Yeah, I do. My voice ones are through my voice website, and then my music ones are through my Patreon right now. I just did like a 4-hour voicing workshop this weekend. I'm about to upload that. Looks like I froze again. Sorry, I shall refresh that. I'll read chat too while I'm in the process. I should drink water. I should look to order food too tonight. That would be good. I guess I have some stuff I can cook too. I did go to the grocery this week. I'm back. Okay. Would you be willing to give any advice for working with harmonics on a conventional MIDI keyboard? I've given some advice on that in my YouTube comments, and lots of advice about on the server. One of the main things that I would say is learn the translations to the 12 EDO keyboard. So for example, if you're working in 31, you play C, F, B flat, root 4th, flat 7, up a tritone and an octave, F sharp, B, E, and that's going to be your on a 12 note keyboard in 31, and that can get you oriented so you can like push the third around so you can hear all the thirds and stuff. Then you'll learn the visual translations, which helps a lot if you're working on a 12-tone interface into 31. Why did I freeze again so quickly? I'm sorry, I might have to turn my camera off. I think it's overheating. It's like the Sony. Someone told me I should strap a fan to it or whatever, like a computer fan. So, I don't know, I'll try that probably at some point. I'm back, hello. How long did it take you to get comfortable with the Lumatone? I'm not sure. I'm getting better every day, so there's still a lot of things I'm uncomfortable with about, but I'm definitely getting way better. Finding the right layout was a huge deal for me. I recently switched my layout to basically a 7, you can see it here actually, a 7/5, and then the outer semitones or semi steps, those are full 7 rings, and then these are the pentatonic rings. Whereas before I had this layout, which I don't know why I had that layout. I just thought, I don't know, I thought that was like I just edited it, I think from, I think it's like one of the, I don't know. It was a layout that I picked up somewhere, and it just definitely wasn't optimal for my brain when thinking about, what's wrong? There we go. Hello, I'm back. When thinking about this, because now you see there's 7, 7, 7, and then these have 5-tone subsets. I don't like that at all. Why? I just tried to reset my camera and it froze again. Yeah, I guess I'll just go without a camera for a little bit. Maybe I can let it sleep, let it rest. Sorry about that. Okay. How long? Oh, let's see here. Okay, actually I can see better here. I guess I can do some showing. So yeah, the way that it works is it's basically just like a normal diatonic here. And then this is your sharp ways, which moves you up by 2 small steps. So that's the lesser semitone. And then here's the greater semitone. Right? So I have, from the greater semitone though, you get your natural minor third. So that would be like root, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7, 9. 9 with a shimmer upwards with the 11. 5, 4, 5, 4, flat 3, root. Right, so we have that. There's our flats. And then if I get, instead of E flat, D sharp, that would be A sharp or B sesquiflat, which is how I think about it when I'm playing this chord. Super fourth. So root 3, 7, super fourth, 5, neutral 6, 7, 10. So that's how it works. So I've got the sharp ways this way, flat words this way, diatonic center, diatonic now, but down a semi-flat. So that's like, I can just go. Oops, I was looking at the screen. It's a challenging one in 31, actually, what I found, because the melody sounds a lot better with sub minor third, minor 7 instead of this sounds too sharp for this tune. Right? It sounds, I think melodically it's better, like, or it's hard to, I don't know, this is interesting though. Yeah, this layout's isomorphic, you know, it's set up pretty good. I think it's better than the, yeah, it's much better than the other one. Basically, it's pretty simple to get around everywhere and such. I'm still getting used to playing in all different keys. You'd think because it's isomorphic, the keys are just free. Well, I don't know what you mean by full arrangement. I have plenty of music out. I'm always so confused about that. I get comments on my YouTube channel all the time about people who are like, cool, do some music. It's like, I have lots of music. You can go and find my music. It's on this channel. You know what I mean? I made music before I was teaching anything about 31. I was making 31 for quite a while, you know. Yeah, that's not exactly my priority at the very second. I have an album. Oh, Pure Imagination. Oh, I got you. Okay, sorry, I guess I was a little defensive, my bad. It's because I made a TikTok. Like, I've had a TikTok for like 2 weeks, and it kind of like popped off or something, or like 3 weeks now maybe. And but the comments I got on TikTok are just so, they're just like so crazy. They're just so crazy. Like, they're like questions that are so obvious. Like, someone will be like wow, I wish I could learn more. It's like, you can literally just click on all the links. you know, it's crazy. TikTok, that's crazy. Okay, it was kind of an accident. I wasn't gonna make one, but I was doing all this stuff on YouTube, and I was like, screw it, I have a bunch of stuff, I can just post it and see what it does, which has been quite good. Very surprising. I've been very, very surprised by it, to be honest. Paranormal is your favorite? Thanks. Have you listened to oh, I guess I haven't released that. Have you listened to Witchcraft? Witchcraft is on Bandcamp. Indeed. I have a bunch of music I haven't quite released. I'm going to soon. I have been sitting on it for a while, you know? So it's mostly done, but there's been a couple pieces that I need to finish first. And I've gotten a little derailed on them. A lot of cool musicians on TikTok. Oh, microtonal, yeah. They're on YouTube as well. I think I know of most of them. Yeah. Well, I don't really think of it as, more intimidating. I think that it's definitely different, but if you learn to hear the, if you learn to hear, it doesn't matter what tuning you're in. You're gonna do dope stuff with it. You give me any notes and I'll turn it into something that I think's cool. You have to learn to tune by ear into the spectrum, and then that will help you in whatever tuning you're in. That's cute. Thanks for sharing that. I really appreciate that. People who get intimidated think they can't learn more. Yeah, I'm going to be making a lot more beginner content, but I was just making fun stuff. I mean, this wasn't, I have a Patreon now, so now I can focus more of my time on it, but before it was just a thing I wasn't like trying to make content, I'm just making music, and then I was sharing it in a way that, people might want to check out. It would be like sort of a didactic way. Can I have a rare chord? Oh, of course. I thought you'd never ask. Oh my gosh, how? Give me a vibe. I'll give you a rare chord to suit the vibe. Out of tune wind chime sound that feels different in my brain. Yeah, that's what I love. Like, I love the fact, I love the fact that I can just sound like, like I'm just, or like just like some just, basic gospel type thing. That you can play that stuff and then just suddenly sound like a wind, just to create like the little wind. I want to be able to sound like wind chimes. Think about what you have to do if you're playing on a piano and you want to sound like your wind chimes. What do you have to do? You have to go like hold the sustain pedal down and just do like pentatonic stuff, and then try to add a semitone. I can't remember the end. And then maybe try to add a little semitone in or whatever. There's like not a lot of different qualities that you can get, It's like, thanks, I appreciate that. I hope my night is good. It's been great so far. Congrats on the blog, Alaska. Thank you. Yeah, I guess that I can announce this on stream. I received an award, a residency to study and work on my music theory, my primodality work in this really cool. I don't know. It's really exciting. So it's a really crazy opportunity. super thankful, and I guess I'm in consideration for 3 other awards too. So that's kind of wild. So that'll be in the spring. I'm just gonna focus on my primodality treatise and finish that and my overtone theories and stuff. Thanks, I appreciate that. Well, yeah, I'm hearing some weird noise in the background. It sounds super loud. There's one like in my house. So if I just get randomly murdered, you guys get to watch it. That'd be crazy, right? Admit it, that'd be kind of entertaining. You wouldn't be happy, but you'd be like, holy shit, what a crazy stream, right? I'd be happy that it would be caught on camera. Well, maybe it wouldn't. Maybe that wouldn't help. I would like flip the camera over and let everyone see the culprit. I would do my best. Froze again. I'll just keep paddling my boat down the stream, refreshing it as it goes. So it is what it is, you know. Just cruising along. Okay, let's see. Someone said, oh, the person who was asking for the rare chord. I asked what kind of vibe they were asking. Who was that? I didn't see that. I'd love to give you a rare chord in a vibe that you're wanting. Took a disturbing turn? Oh, sorry. See, it's so latent. If I want to not be latent, I can go over here. It's not latent. See? If I don't have latency, I can play a lot faster. The latency is the problem. I can't play fast right over here. I can actually play fast on Lumatone now, though. I've been practicing. I've been practicing a lot faster, but this is actually so slow. See? It's sad. Big fan of E, I don't know what you mean. What is the most major 7 sounding chord possible? Depends on who you are, I'd say. Would you disagree? Because if I think generally the most major 7 Well, it depends. I mean, there's multiple flavors, right? There's the undecimal major 7, which is its own very characteristic quality. There's the harmonic major 7, which is the 10-15 version. There's the septimal major 7, which is more like, it's not perfect on here, but it's close enough, I guess, for, just to get an idea if you don't know the vibes. I tend to think the most major 7, E major 7s are closer to 12 equal for me, because I feel like that's what the major 7 was to me when I learned it, right? So it's 12 equal. So I tend to hear like major 7 is like near 12 equal, but I think there's tunings of it that are a bit more. So I think that sharpening the major 7 a bit is really nice. I also think that the undecimal major is like a really good example of like a more acrid, I don't know, I think like the top end of major sounds acrid and the bottom of it sounds like passive, and you probably, I don't know, it depends on what you want, but sometimes this one sounds too passive. That's too passive sometimes. And then this one, the super major here, is too active. There's really beautiful spectrum between those two, where there's a whole world of major, and yeah. But I do enjoy some of these. Major sevens that seem consonant. Yeah, that's kind of why I'm not a huge fan of this one. I mean, I'm a fan of it, but I feel like, yeah. I feel like I'm trespassing on a classical music concert. Is this even legal for me to watch? Thanks, I appreciate that. I'm glad to share my music with the universe. If you want to support at all, feel free to check out my work on Patreon. I'm gonna have all my discography uploaded. I have tons of rare tracks that are available there. I'm gonna be uploading all my scores over time. I've got a couple of them uploaded already. I teach big workshops, and yeah, if you just like what I do, you can enable me to do it. Why do you call them rare? Let's see here. Why? Okay, let's see here. You said, I'm actually interested why you call it rare. Is it because it's not commonly heard? Yeah, it's because for 99.9% of humans who experience my videos, their ears have never heard that combination of relationships ever. So they're objectively rare chords. But mostly it's a marketing gimmick, because if people are going to click a title that says that instead of learn harmony, major, you know what I mean? It's a good little tagline for my videos. Rare chords. They are rare. It's true. And I'm happy to provide these rare treasures that I'm dredging up for people and offering them. And giving exposure to people's ears that they've never heard. That's a big part of my mission, and that's kind of what I'm doing with my research and stuff, right? I'm trying to increase the diversity of pitch in the world. Because I think we're seeing increasingly less pitch diversity over time. And it's weird because pitch is actually such a gorgeous element to play with. It's a smaller element compared to like good composition and form, and it's a part of music, but it's like pretty wild that you just don't use these sounds because they sound awesome. So I want to spread those beautiful sounds to the universe, at least the best that I can. Someone's got to. Like, especially these ones, like that sounds so good. I've been doing music all my life. I never heard anything sound ever remotely anything like that until I played that chord, and then I shared that chord. Let's see here. Pitch diversity reducing. I don't know about that though. Yeah. That's a literal objective fact. I have no idea how you could even deny that. All of our DAWs have been created now with 12-note mappings natively. Not all of our tools even have MPE support. Not even all DAWs have MPE support. All of our fretboards now are mass-produced with 12 equal temperament fretboards. All of our pianos are produced and tuned with either a 12 mean tone or 12 well temperament, which is fine. Or equal, which is not a big problem. Our synthesizers get tuned to a 12 equal. And also we have exported Western music to the world, or it's just been a natural cultural osmosis, and also colonialism. That's a big factor too. So no, we actually have exported the hegemony of 12 equal across the world. And even further, even 200 years ago, there was every single person had different tuning. You know what I mean? 200 years ago, if you would have gone I think someone in chat, Levi McLean, even made a video about this. You should go check it out on Levi's channel. If you would go like a couple towns over, or even one town over, you couldn't play your instrument without retuning. There was no standard reference. Pitch diversity as a whole has been tremendously destroyed in the last 120 years. So there is literally no argument whatsoever otherwise. If you go and you look at, for example, different places, they now have Western instruments that have been imported there, and mass-produced and then exported there. It's just what's happened. Now everyone's on 12 and everyone has a standard reference. Now we have digital tuners, and when you turn the digital tuner on, it gives you a green light that tells you you're tuned, and it gives you a green light and tells you you're tuned when you're tuned to 12 equal. So I have no idea how, and it's particular reference to 440. So I have no idea how any person in the universe could ever claim that our pitch diversity has not dramatically diminished in the last 100 years, 200 years, even 300 years, 400 years, 500,000. We've had broader pitch diversity because pitch has been such a personalized language of the music, such an organic part of like what the thing is, that standardization without the question. Standardization is a form of technology, and it's a form of technology that at the cost, it's great. I'm thankful for standardized for tuning. Love it. I love 440 and 12 equal, but there's a lot of other sounds out there. So yeah, you're definitely wrong. Okay, let's see here. You're a treasure indeed. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. Chronica spitting facts. I got interested in microtonal music, and so you're starting to Destiny. yeah. The vegan gains. For sure. That was an interesting experience. Sorry, vegan gains. I watched some of his content. I'd never seen his stuff before. I watched some of his content and gained a little bit more. I don't know. I have some respect. I have some big respect for him. I laughed at some of his videos. They were good. Let's see here. Okay, well, at the same time, while I feel structure is also fighting 12 equal, I feel like our current internet proliferation makes pitch diversity decline impossible in the long run. No, technology doesn't just... I had this argument with someone the other day, and I won the argument. Technology doesn't, have a set end. It's not like technology is inherently going to lead to greater pitch diversity. It's entirely based on what we use technology to do and what we decide to do. And if, a lot of people have been musicians their entire life, and they're incredibly skilled, and they don't even understand how intonation works or what is even... You know what I mean? They don't have to, right? They just jam and play the notes and listen and learn how to move and feel and play the music. That's the point of it, right? But at the same cost, you don't see things that you're not aware of. So like colors in the spectrum, we can see all the colors, but if we don't have a name for them, it's not like we're necessarily able to interact with those or perceive those in a categorized way or categorical way that allows us to sort of interact with it in a meaningful capacity. It just seems like noise otherwise. I think with the stuff that I'm doing and other people are doing, that's hopefully going to create more pitch diversity, and it already has. I've already seen people comment and stuff saying that's what got them into it and stuff, even in the stream already. So that's how it works. My personal belief, though, is you get people into microtonality not by talking about the theory of it, but just playing music that moves people, and it moves musicians who want to be able to play those sounds or have those experiences on their own. And that's how you get people into microtonality. You shouldn't have to force it. You shouldn't have to be check out this cool theory. This is so awesome. It should be do you hear how beautiful this is? Don't you want to play this too? And if they say no, then that's fine. Keep playing your music, until they do or they don't. It doesn't really matter, right? You're playing your music. I don't know. But if they do hear it, then they'll pick up the instruments, and they'll play new sounds and experience new feelings, and they'll find a new joy about music that is often less obvious. So yeah, I don't think just having, for example, better technology means that we get better at pitch diversity. It could be the opposite. But if we have, for example, if we just have AI and stuff, there's not a lot of microtonal music that sounds awesome to my ears. So how would the AI write awesome microtonal music if the inputs have to be trained? There hasn't been the kind of music in the world that I want to hear yet, other than mine and some small other individuals. And so it's how could some other thing make that? That doesn't really make any sense. It's being trained on things. You can permutate certain things, but especially with intonation, there are so many new structures and higher priorities and hierarchies and perspectives. I think the whole fundamental way that people have kind of viewed JI in general and Concordance and such is wrong. Obviously, I've made lots of videos about that. I talk about it on my server every day. So, I don't think that we have even anything that could get anywhere close to the stuff that our ability to just play with the material and get well. And so that means that the technology getting better doesn't necessarily mean the pitch diversity increases, because it requires someone to have to interact with that pitch diversity, the ability to increase that pitch diversity. Okay, there. I'm done with that discussion. But yes, what you're saying doesn't make sense. It's like a technologist pipe dream, which I wish was real, but it's not. Technology is a tool. It doesn't sort of just have the defined end being the good one. It's whatever the the need is at the time, and then the incentive to get the thing done, and then also whatever discoveries occur along the edges, and then now we have scaling, right? We have cost of production. So now once you get something big, then it's like easier, you have less risk and stuff, so it's an unfair game, but it is what it is. I'm not complaining about that, but I just mean, like, in general, pitch diversity doesn't increase with technology increasing, but we can force it to, though, by creating music and demanding from instrument manufacturers and VST manufacturers and stuff to support microtonality so that people can express that way. Okay, I just saw someone ahead. Thanks, I appreciate that. Oh, just making sure the camera's not falling off. Okay. Is J.I. really not a temperament? What? I don't. There's an argument about that. I mean, it depends on how you define temperament. It's not exactly. The word temperament and the way it's being used now was literally like shoehorned and like sort of unironically psyoped into usage by some music theorists in the early 2000s. There's literally footprint evidence. So I don't know. No, I don't think of, if you stack JI over and over and it forms those endless loops like that, I don't consider those temperaments. No, I consider those like geometric mother chords. I consider those non-octave vertical timbral structures that have a unique gestalt, and their gestalt can be captured and used in different ways to create sort of crystallized structures and stuff, but their effect is not as potent or as salient or as realistic or tangible or acoustically responsive as the direct sort of irregular arithmetic vertical structure. Like I said, we talk about this all day on my server. I've literally posted giant essays all week long explaining all this stuff, all month long. That's just sort of what I'm doing, so yeah. But yeah, that's kind of why. So no, I wouldn't consider them temperaments at all. You could use them as a temperament. You can use anything as a temperament technically if you're sort of just approximating something, right? But no, I just think of them as these vertical chord structures that have certain properties, and those properties can be drawn on. But they're subsets of the irregular vertical structure. So, their properties are ultimately a subset of the irregular vertical structure. long for, go make it. It's the only way you're going to get it. It's the job of a composer. What's your background in theory, self-taught? No. I self-taught myself initially, but then I went to school. I have a degree in music theory and composition. I did teach myself at first. A lot of what I've done is self-taught, but ultimately, I did go to school for music and study music, and I was an academic nerd, big time. But no, I was into it before, and even during school I was doing my own independent study, and obviously I do all my own independent research now, so like everything I talk about is just kind of, coming from either individuals I'm collaborating with locally or regularly, or just my own work. Have a great rest of your evening, Delphinus. It was great to see you. Thanks for stopping by. I was always like the super duper duper ultra mega theory geek, literally. There's even someone from my music university stops by the stream sometimes, and they can vouch anytime they're here. I was the biggest music theory geek that you literally ever met. I still am. That's why do you think I'm doing this right now, or why do you think I make the content I make? I always have loved it, so I've tried to learn as much of it as possible. And then I got to a point where there wasn't really anything, like a lot left to learn. I mean, there were still lots of things to learn, obviously, but there wasn't like any groundbreaking structural thing. So I just then I got into microtonality, and then I ended up really hearing all these amazing things, and then I realized a lot of things that I feel are like really missing from the overall perspective in general at large. In school? No, I didn't have any teaching in that in school. We did listen to some quarter tone pieces. I came across some Ives work. I came across some other microtonal, early 20th century composers stuff. I was a big fan of Varese. I'd consider him microtonal, maybe. I don't know. I was exposed to Parch. I didn't really get Parch until literally like 3 months ago or so, or like a couple months ago. I really like Parch now a lot. Like, I think I get it a lot more. It took me a while, but I understand it now in terms of like just how to approach it and what to expect, and kind of. It's kind of like if someone comes into my channel right now and they want me to like do like, I don't know, they want to play Beethoven. I'm like, you're at the wrong channel for that right now. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm going to sound like wind chimes. So it took me a bit to understand Parch's style. How did they make microtonal music in the early 20th century? What do you mean? Microtonality has been around longer than... Your voice is microtonal. We sing microtonally. Our timbre, the actual timbre and spectral pattern of the human tone is harmonic. It's not equal. This is what, I'm sorry if I'm a little... I emphatically would like to express this to the universe. Microtonality is not new. is the oldest thing. 12 is new. That's a new thing. It's not an old thing. It's a very new thing. Before that, we all tuned our own ways, and most of it, there was some just intonation, there was some equidistant, like equiheptatonic, equipentatonic flutes and such. There were, we can see like different tunings that are more, like I said, equiheptatonic or equiheptatonic. Harmonic, obviously, anywhere there's chanting going on, harmonic typically, and then other stuff. But I mean, that's the main vibe. And then even in when we start to get recorded music theory and history, we're already microtonal from the get-go, and then for the last 2,000 years we were microtonal every single instrument up until like the 1870s, 90s, or maybe later too. Obviously we had like a mean tone, we had like a 12-note unitized system that was starting to really develop and spawn out more like the 1500s, 1400s, generally. And we had formalized that with the 12-note pith chain sooner, and the Ptolemaic 12-note scales. So I mean, we had known about 12 as a form, as a constant structure form, and then we just didn't have the tools to derive equal divisions like that. And we also didn't have the aesthetic desire to, because we had this sort of sense of, proportional stuff, or just by ear. So, the idea that it's like the microtonal thing is like, how would they have done it back then? They just would have listened and made music, because my music is microtonal, whether, Improv 31? Yeah. Are thoughts microtonal? Well, I could make an argument for you that you've never heard 12 equal. So yeah, I would say so. Sorry. Definitely. Thoughts are microtonal. Get roasted. How do you play scales on the Lumatone? You play a scale. You play the notes that are in the scale. I mean, what do you mean? It's like any other instrument. Microtonality only exists because some people decide. It's not because people made a tonal system. That's not why at all. No. That's not true. The word microtonal is not about tonality as a broad phenomenon. It is about, in reference to, there's a hegemonic tuning system, and now when we play things that aren't in it, things sound notably different, or are just, not aligned to that system. And now that's what microtonal means. It definitely doesn't have to do with tonal harmony, though, because tonal harmony started out microtonal. Mean tone is microtonal. Pythagorean and just pure intonation in cathedrals is not tempered. What would you say to someone who who enjoys microtonal music but already finds 12 hard enough to grasp? I don't think that 12 or a microtonal thing is inherently harder or easier. I think it depends on how you're learning music and how you're being exposed to music. I think that if you learn the spectrum and you learn how to you learn the pitch spectrum itself, then all the microtonal things are just kind of different shades of an underlying spectrum in the background that you're voicing on. So that's what I would recommend, is I I would recommend playing in whatever tunings you want, basically. Yeah, I guess I'm asking what instruments they use other than their voice, assuming they couldn't just walk. Oh, violins, cellos, organs, harpsichords, pianos. They were all tuned microtonal originally. The horns played purely harmonic series initially, and then had some modulation positions, or would bring multiple horns to a gig. So it was all originally microtonal, and then we got the technology to standardize it all, which is pretty poggers, but it also has downstream effects that are a bit challenged. I was under the impression 12 is the result of the restriction found in the relationship between the human voice mind is using it. No, 12 is not the result of the restriction at all about human voices and minds at all. 12 is, however, a product of incredible efficiency at approximating a perfect fifth with equal divisions. So it creates a pretty useful structure there, which approximates Pythagorean up to 12 notes, or really Pythagorean to me up to maybe like 8 or 9 notes. But that's still pretty darn good for 12 pitches. That's why we have 12 notes. It's a very convenient form. It also maps the pentatonic, which is the 5-note CS, into the diatonic 7-note CS, and then also the 3-note CS. So it's not a mystery. We would have had divisions of those kinds of things probably if we assumed the same general principles that we were optimizing for. We would have ended up at 12 or 19 or 17 or 31 or 53 or something, or just intonation with irregular 12s or irregular 7s and then modulatory 7s or something. There's just a bazillion other ways that it could have happened, and there's not. Based on the Rhodes? Yeah, I'll play some piano here. Let's see how that sounds in comparison. I haven't played piano in a while in 31. It's usually a bit rougher. Let's see what we got. Let me make sure we're tuned. There we go. 31. Dot. To extend it, and also let me drop the reference on it, because it's a little too steep. Maybe 390 hertz, 397 hertz, just to piss people off. Okay, 397 hertz. Now I want a little bit lower. Make sure I've got full multi-octave layout. What time is it? Oh, I need to order food before it's too late too. Okay, here we go. There we go. Da da forget to hit that like button, by the way. You want to help me in the algorithm, don't you? Think about it. That beat pocket is da 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 da. I froze. Let me unfreeze myself again. I've been having some camera. That was the first one in a while. I think it's because I turned my air conditioner on before I got started. So I think we got some. Or no, I left it off for a little bit. That's what it was. It cooled off for a bit. I mean, my saxophone partner hasn't had any issue jamming in 31 together with me. We play, you know, they're playing acoustic sax, and we play in 31 together and stuff. Ooh, that's a good one. That one just got filed away in the brain. How's that go? Interesting. What was that again? It was always open to collaborations with anybody. I certainly don't intend to seek anyone's out. It's not exactly the way I operate, but I'm always willing to participate. If it happens organically. Can you play this music subgenre? Sure can. I grew up playing metal. Whatever word salad you said there, of course. Thank you. I love you too. Hard. I was trying to do some weird balancing stuff there. I knew fast was in chat, so I was trying to do some fast type shit in 31, you know what I'm saying? What's up? That was a little shout out. I was thinking about that. I was like, I knew you're here. I'll give you a little bit of that little seasickness that you like. Is the Discord Patreon exclusive? It sure is, right now. It might be open to everyone eventually. It probably will at some point, but right now we've got a community of about 70 or 80 right now, and it's pretty vibrant. I mean, I'm posting constantly every day. It's exclusive because, I mean, I'll literally sit there for an hour or 2 or 3 and, answer your most intimate questions about music. So it takes a lot of my time, and it's also a great direct way to support what I'm doing and also allow me to focus more on my music career. It's probably best to keep it that way. Agreed. Until there's a culture, a vibe. We have a pretty cool culture already, honestly, and I'm super thankful to everyone who's joined already, because there's definitely it's popping. So I'll put the link in chat in case anyone wants to check it out. So here's a link to that. Like I said, I mean, I'm posting theories constantly. There's literally archives and archives every day. I'm posting stuff. I mean, literally yesterday. Let's see here. Let's do that. I'll do some promoting, but I'll promote sounds that I found. So I'll be teaching and promoting at the same time. So if I go to the 31 channel, let's see, what did I do yesterday on 31? I found a couple new things yesterday. I found this very interesting quality here, starting here. I'll play it for you. I've played it a couple times on stream so far. This one. This quality. I found this voice setting, which I really like a lot, which is like, so it's like, yesterday, posted it in there, posted several variations of it, all sorts of things, posted a score of it, in case you want to learn it, posted it in different cycles and, different treatments. Etc. And then after that, I posted this really great voice leading, which is a really other functional thing, which I haven't posted on my YouTube channel, of course, but it's a really functional voice leading of a neutral, or a nim 7, that one chord, the neutral, minor 7. Basically, it's this really nice voicing where we get this effect. Which I've also played several times tonight. It's a fundamental voice leading pattern for any neutral chord, and you should know it, because it grows out of that structure. And then to throw in that other thing I was talking about, right? So I posted that. I also found this great thing, which was awesome. D minor 7 to D semi sharp sub minor, down 5, down 6, down 9. You can also look at this as a G major or G dominant 13 with a semi sharp 5. But then when you just play it without the G down there, you get this interesting diminished chord, which is really beautiful. And it can take you wherever. It can take you to 1, which is weird, right? Because it's a diminished 2. It can take you to 1, right? Or it can literally just take you to 5, which is kind of crazy in its own self. You can just be like, you can do something like tri-sub with it. See? All that just yesterday on my Patreon server. There. Oh, some other stuff too. So I also posted this diminished chord type, which I like a lot. I played it a couple times already on stream tonight. And I describe different voice leading situations and treatments and functional situations. So yeah, there you go. You're doing a good job. I mean, I'm serious. I'll just share my screen right now. I'll show you. There's a shit ton of stuff on this server already. My harmonics overtone server, I have a whole, I spent literally like 4 hours yesterday talking about, all the stuff. I've got my philosophies on there that are in process of being written, certain points and certain things. I'm posting parts of my books and excerpts into the different channels, and also a nice little rhythm channel. And, so far everyone in there's been honestly really awesome and very musical. I feel like a lot of microtonal space I've been in It's kind of dry. It's very like theoretical. It's too cold. But I feel like everyone in here, I'm probably like the most theoretical person in here, which is a good thing. But it's interesting, you know, because I feel like I'm a very corporeal musician in the sense. So yeah. I hope to see you there. Heck yeah. Okay, let's see. I lowered my... There we go. I want that to be punchier. I did a 4-hour voicing workshop where I'm about to upload that in entirety to one of the workshop recorded tier or whatever. I mean, I'm not even joking. I don't know. I'll toot my own horn. You'll never learn more about voicing in a in a video. So I'll eventually post all that stuff on my channel, but I'll have to edit through it and get like, you know, not the long form version because it was 4 hours. It's just like general voicing principles. I did it in 12. It's general principles that can help you in any music. You know, it's just the nature of voicing. And to me, it's the sort of key behind production. It's what allows all microtonal tunings to translate to each other. Key behind production. You just gotta learn how vertical structure works, interaction works. I do. That's not written right now, Ara, but I'm gonna write some stuff like that. I'm writing something a bit more fundamental than that. But no, you're always welcome to come and ask questions. I'm more than glad to. As I answer questions about the fundamentals, that's saving me time on writing all the... Do you find you add more different colors in the right hand or the left? I don't think of the hands separately. They're playing a whole... I think about the whole thing macro structurally. The hands are trying to... If I had more fingers and hands and stuff, you'd hear some crazy stuff, because there's a lot of other things that I've got going on that I want to be able to sound that I'm just physically not capable of, because my proficiency or my I'm a human being. I have 2 hands instead of 7. I can only... That's not very nice. Let's see here. Ooh. There we go. Just ordering some food. Gotta use your toes? Lol. You wish. Okay. Da-da-da. Okay. Interesting. I was trying to do something different. There's a lot of things I'm still practicing. There we go. I was trying to practice that move. That's what I was trying to get. Keep the notes in a lower limit and save the colors for the right hand so they're moving. No, I play multiple different subsets of the harmonic series at all different times, and I intersect them in different ways, but not concurrently. So like vertical structure in the different prime modes and the different harmonic modes. Like for example, I know that if I play this structure here, this is a 31, 53, 58. That's why it rings so much. Sounds better with the Rhodes out of this timbre. That's a certain zonk. And then of course there is the over 2 deep extended zonk. This is the 175 zonk. Yeah. And then like for example, there's like the 13, 17, 19 zonk. And this is the 26, 34, 38, 39 zonk. So I don't play in the bass mode of the harmonic series very often anyways. It's too concordant. It's too concordant, you know? I also like the triprimal modes like this. That's triprimal mode. And then of course I like the 9A modes quite a lot. That's kind of where this comes from. That's the concordant shell for that, so. I don't do the limit thing, because if I did that, then I'd miss all the actual objects that are sitting in the tuning. Like those are all accurate within like a cent or so from each other, from their exact JI location and structural pattern. Yes, it sounds wicked. I'm glad you think it sounds awesome too. Yeah, that's what I've been teaching on my server. You know, it's the primodality interpretations of equal temperaments and stuff. The harmonic series modes and vertical, the irregular arithmetic structure. Honestly, almost every single person that I've talked to or shown or interacted with around for a little bit has been swayed. I believe I'm winning the argument. I was stunned to see that there was someone I argued with in a music theory server on Discord like a month ago, and they were like saying, "Oh, all your this stuff you're talking about, this stuff I'm talking about now." They're like, "Oh, this sounds like quasi metaphysics, blah blah blah," and then literally like someone sent me a screenshot today, and like a month later, the person's like, "Oh my gosh, all the modes of the harmonic series are where all the initial harmony comes from." It's like, yes. Indeed, and all the future harmony, but not in the limit, lattice, product, set, you know, because then what you're doing is you're taking little interpolated pieces and structures, you know, and those have effects. That's the geometric mother chord stuff I was talking about before. But anyways, I've talked about all this a bazillion times over on the server. I'm always welcome to talk about it. I want to do a specific stream where I go over this stuff more in depth, so, but no, it's really special. The concordance maps are really beautiful, and there's a lot of really good concordance maps out there that allow us to take intervals which are traditionally pretty hard to use, like, let's say like this one. But we can interpret this through the concordant shell of like over 11 or over 19, and then that can imply to us what combinations of pitches we can add into it to achieve, you know, maximum clarity while also simultaneously trying to get the most amount of, you know, effect. Is that one of those funky 9/7 things? Jerome Malda, thank you. That's the first super chat I think I've gotten on this channel, or no, I think yes, at least tonight. I definitely the first one. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I will I'll give you a little improv here. That one felt really good. I wish I could just do that same thing again. I forgot what I even played. No wonder, I got frozen. Wow, that was a spiritual move there. I don't even know what I played, but it felt really good. Oh, I think I know what I played. Hold on. Now that I'm trying to think back. I think it was, wow, that felt really, really nice to play. What was that? Oh, maybe, I remember. It was like this maybe. No? I don't remember what it was. It sounded fire though. It went from the, wow. Oh, I think I know now. Nope. I wish it wasn't so latency. Wow, that was a nice little, I like that a lot though, holy shit, I like that a lot. Clipping. I see what someone said earlier. They said it was clipping. Shouldn't clip now. Sorry. I don't convert 31 into a ratio. I just know what, I've learned the where the ratios and the cents are. Like someone asked me earlier, do I do the ratios or cents? I do both in parallel. So by knowing the ratio, I know the cent. So I know what 31 has as cents. Then I can get a sniff and a scent of what I think is good vertical alignment. But since vertical alignment is completely irregular and it's an arithmetic irregular structure, at the end of the day, I don't have any brute forcing for it. So I find good areas where the cents seem to give me an indication that they'll have some good vertical alignment with the primodal structure, and then I'll go and find which primodality supports that concordant shell, and then I'll use that concordant shell, and then then I'll learn how to extend it without disrupting its texture, because if you extend it with outside of its concordant shell, it always adds more. I might be wrong with the ratios are only useful for JI. No, they're useful for everything, because JI is kind of like the backbone for kind of everything. You gotta learn to do them eventually, but like learning them to compose with is only good if you're. Let's see, well, those small fractions aren't. That's not. Don't worry about that. That's a meme. Yep, Super Mothra, I was playing that chord earlier, actually. I was getting a little bit of that out of my system. Like something like, we could maybe try one here. I could try it in this voicing, that would kind of be good. Wait, huh? Yeah, I think that's good. Wait, I gotta go a little lower, I think. Wait. Yeah, that's what you gotta think. Might be a semitone down. Oh, that's hard. It's hard for my hands to get that. That's a stretch that's like that. How do I find primordial expression? I studied the irregular vertical structure. There's no... It doesn't... I studied the irregular vertical structure, and then, well, most of the time I'm playing and I find something that sounds really obvious to my ears, and then I go and I look and I realize there's alignment with like an under like 17 or 18 or 19 concordant structure, and then that's typically the backbone blueprint for adding more, and then it tends to conform as expected. Like there's tons of stuff that we talked about on my server this way, but there's this really interesting one I found the other day that's kind of ugly. Let me try to find it. But it's actually so crazy because it gets so wild, but then all the added crazy tones does not even like, it does not, it's so weird. It doesn't like influence the thing. It's strange. Let's see here. 31. I have a thread on my channel. Near JI concordant objects in 31. Let's see here. I just index them as I go. Technically you could brute force them, but the thing is, the reason why people haven't done it very much recently yet is because it's an irregular structure. So it's like you're checking. I don't think it'd be hard to do. Just no one looked for it like that yet, because the idea wasn't thought of to look at it that way. You could probably figure it out, but I just find areas where there's good vertical alignment, and then I map them out, and then I go and I cross-reference, what the vertical structure in the concordance map has, and then I see what pitches the EDO has that are supported by that concordant structure after taking one or two or one or three tones from the concordant shell that are like perfect matches. Then I'll go and see what extensions the EDO has and specifically what voicing they are. Because the thing with this is it's not octave equivalent. It's voicing specific. So for example, if I play this here, that's the 13, 17, 19, almost down to the cent. It's like one of the most, it's actually, I'm pretty sure it might be pound for pound 31 EDO's like most accurate, like low complexity JI approximation. But if you're looking at it in like the traditional way that we've like looked at JI and like measured concordance and looked to generate regularity and such, you're not going to see that. It's not going to show up because of like the whole rate. It would require you to have a dimension for 19, and a dimension for 17, a dimension for 13, and then also it's in the relative error offset of the regular. So it just causes problems there. So because what we normally think of in the way that we look for tuning, it's all over 2 typically, and then we also do look at some triprimal and pental structures. Minor is technically a pental structure, of course, or like the celestial minor upwards, and so on and so forth. I forgot what I was saying, but it was going somewhere. Oh yeah. So this chord, so they're very voicing specific. So I'll find a different one that I'll show, but this one's a good example. So this one here, when I play it like this, it renders into the spectrum 13, 17, 19 timbrely. It's like super concordant. That's why it's like so chime-like. If I move it, I still rendered that same thing into the spectrum. The lateral relationship is subdued. The lateral relationship is much less significant than the vertical zonk of the thing right away. The lateral connection is obviously very important, but the thing is about this, we would normally think like, oh, well, you just add a fifth, and it's like, you know, that. But the thing is, the fifth doesn't come in 13, 17, 19. The fifth's not even going to come until 39. So you're literally going to be shooting like the complexity of that structure up like from 13, 17, 19 to like 26 to 39. And you can hear like the increase in the discordance when I add the fifth intra octave. Listen. Hear it? But here's the thing, right? So, but then the concordance shell says that 13, 17, 19 is there, and then 26 starts above it an octave. So there's 36. Fine. And then, of course, 39. Or 26 to 39. It's up there. So now if I play the fifth up there, we hear that nothing... The overall net complexity of the thing and the overall discordance of the thing doesn't really change. Do you hear how like perfect that like nestles into it? And the longer I can build on that concordant shell, and the more voicing specific I can be against the concordant shell, like the deeper the extension can go without literally doing anything. It just literally goes, and it just adds extension without creating any issues. It justifies weird pitches that like probably shouldn't work or normally wouldn't work. You know, you look at it in the spectrum and be like, that's a weird cent value. I probably wouldn't use that area. But then it's like you voice it the right way into the series, and it's like it just shines. And those structures, a lot of the most exciting ones for me are not over 2. Like, it's great to have a 4, 5, 6, 7. I get that, but like that's like one type of concordance shell, you know. And there's a lot of cool extensions. Like, for example, I can take the over 2 that I know that 31 does have, and I can look for deeper extensions on over 2. So for example, let's see here. I've got my near JI concordance objects. Let me find that thread really quick, and I'll show you an example. There we go, threads. So for example, here's a weird one I didn't know about. This one's pretty close. It's kind of ugly, but it's cool. So it's an over 11 structure in 31, and basically we take a root, then we play a neutral 6. Like I said, this takes that weird interval that's usually kind of hard. Like, for example, yes, the natural 7th is well approximated here. It's very good in 31. But here's the thing. But then people will say, oh, well, this neutral 13 in 31, darn, the 13/8, the 13th harmonic is weak. But that's only true from the perspective of over 2. Because if I play like over 2 structure, and then I play that 13th harmonic approximation, yeah, that's pretty off. It's pretty, yeah, that's no 13th harmonic to my ears. And that's because it's not a 13th harmonic. It's just some random pitch that's sitting in the spectrum. And we can look at other things that exist that we can ignite into the spectrum to render them into concordance objects. So for example, with this neutral 6 relationship here, what are some things that we could add to that are going to keep it in the concordance shell? Now, like I said, there's not a lot of pretty options in 31 to add to this shell, but there are some options that really don't disrupt it very much. So for example, this disrupts it. Oddly, not that much. It doesn't tend to bark as much as when it's over with a neutral 7, sorry, with a harmonic 7. And if we keep extending, this one's not going to sound like super concordant anyways, just because the spectral distribution of it, but it's still a really interesting pattern to observe. And then we've got this one as well. So if I go to the sharp 11 and then go up above that, so then we get this. This is a really dissonant concordance structure from over 11. It's approximated by 12, not the best. First 2 are a little bit better. What's up? Oh, smashing the chord. What's up? So troll doing the thing. Oh, what's up? Huh? I'm not doing anything intentionally here. I literally just played it. I was just trying to get the sound to come out. You're crazy. It's not a conspiracy here. Y'all play it louder. Fucking clown. Now this is multi-octave. So if you want to even try to say I'm rigging the scales, I literally played the harmonic 13 one with a fucking low extended octave and a 2 and a 1/3 on the bottom. If I want to give this one the best case for making your ear enjoy it, which is a dissonant pattern to begin with, just concordant, be like maybe like this. Suddenly now it sounds super concordant. So dumb. I don't don't have to rig the scales. Oh no, you're good. I'm just so used to trolls. You're good. I'm defensive against trolls. I like to fight trolls. If you go look at my Twitter, you'll see. I just fight trolls all day long. So I don't know. It's a thing. What can I say? I'm very baitable. I'm very baitable. It's the thing I've actually been working on. I have some friends, particularly who are like streaming and, you know, bigger streamers and stuff like that, who've helped me in different ways and given me advice, like some students that I have and such. Let's see here. Now I have a really cool extended concordance map. This one will get a little bit discord, but it's a very interesting structure to check out. So we can start with this one. It starts there with that one I was playing before, and then it's gonna be. Not perfect. That's 29/13. That's a relative error and a biggest relative error, so I'll drop it off for now. And what I'm going to add above it is 5/1. And I wish I had a little bit less error on this next one, but we're gonna let it. What is it? 255. What would that be? What would that be? 55, 24. Oh, it's neutral. Sorry. Okay, so it'd be like this then. See? From the concordance map. It's such a little... and there's not even an octave there. That's a crunched voicing. Because I could literally... and then I could like extend that voicing even further. The thing is, though, each EDO is only going to have a limited subsection of a given concordance shell. So it's like, you know, for example, 31 has like, if you check every note over 13, it's maybe going to get like 5 or 6 or 7, and you're lucky if they hit in an aesthetic pattern that you want. And that's part of the beauty for me. That's the irregularity. Oh, here's a cool one. Harmonic 7. So like I said before, you know, the 31 has a really good over 2 structure and over 4, over 8, etc., etc. So if we play the harmonic 7 and everything, we can get this really, really nice thing. So I'll do it this way. Okay, here we go. So there we go at our 4, 5, 6, 7, etc. We're 16. We'll go 16, 20, 24, 18, right? Now I'm just going to skip a hop, jump up. This is the next most accurate thing that's in over 2 in 31. 49th harmonic. Wait till you hear that voiced out, because remember, this is still just, that's 16 and this is 49. And wait, no. Oh, I have to voice it out. Oh, I'm sorry. I stole. No, I'm right. I'm good. So yeah. So here we go, that one. And then the next extension I'm going to add, though, is crazy. It's 67th harmonic. 31 has it really well, but it's never going to sound like the 67th harmonic in most cases, unless you play it on the over 2 concordance shell, because then it's going to voice as 67 over 2, and then that's going to sound like this. Let's see, I have to find the extension. Okay, here we go. Hear that? Like magic? It fuses. That's the beauty of primodal interpretations in equal tunings, because you'll find these irregular collections of notes that literally don't work in other, I mean, this will work in other voicings if you voice in a way that supports it even more. You can actually voice in a way that supports it even more, basically. But they're super voicing sensitive. You don't see them if you just do regular spacing or regular latticing or stacking. Now let me voice this thing out. Check it out. Whoops. Sorry. There we go. Let me get this way. And then what was the next harmonic again? Oh yeah, 49th. And the next one is the 67th, so. And since it's over 2, I can put anything simpler over 2 underneath it, and it's pretty much going to stay around the same net level of like structure. Kind of consonant minor 9. Bingo! Because it's in the concordance shell. It's in the over 2. That is the over 2 flat 9 concordance shell. No way that works so well. That's what I'm saying. This is what I've discovered. Yeah, I'm gonna plant my flag on it. I'm putting it down straight away. I discovered this shit. So boom, now you already know. Yeah, anyways, so it's crazy. It works for literally anything. You can find any structures that even align to any concordance shell. You have to understand that the octave thing is not equivalent, and then voice it into the concordance shell, and then see whatever is there. You put it and sound it, and then it's like a whole thing emerges from the EDO that's not really that obvious otherwise. And it's crazy because then watch, you can get them in different ways. Let me turn so that was with piano, right? Piano doesn't even have a very harmonic, it doesn't even have a very harmonic timbre. Like if I actually go back to something like this, which is like a lot cleaner and a lot more forgiving, take a listen to this. I'll voice some of those things again, and you can hear some of these concordance principles probably clearer this way. Okay, here we go. So here's that chord again. Oh, let me go a little bit higher with my reference pitch. 290 probably works. I don't know, just random. Okay, here we go. Okay, now let's watch the extensions again. So we're in over 2. That ninth approximation is a little bad. So I'm going to try to omit it in order for us to get maximum clarity while we get the other primodal extensions that are supported by 2. So the next one's going to be the 49. It just melts. It literally melts into it, right? And then I'll add now the 67th harmonic onto it as well. This has no business. That's how I feel about concordance. That's what I'm saying. That's why I like microtonality, and why I like the irregular vertical structure, and why I think it's worth learning the arithmetic sequence and arithmetic structures and all that jazz, because they're incredibly beautiful sounds. So, and they're like really, in my opinion, they're where our sounds are like patent from. You know what I mean, or whatever. So like when people are like, oh, like our diatonic major scale is the Pythagorean. I mean, I don't disagree with that necessarily, because of, Pythagorean's a bit special, but. There's a lot of like other like chords and stuff that are attributed to be like minor is the inverse utonal of major. No, it's not. It's literally just pental. It's literally the first octave of pental. Why would we ever think that we would need a subharmonic interpretation of minor to explain why minor sounds good in the vertical spectrum? It's literally hogwash. Okay, so here we go, and I'll continue adding extensions. Now add the 67th. Crazy. Hold on, let me that sounded so, I have to fix my spacing here. There we go. Now I've got my top octave. Okay, here we go. So see? It doesn't change at all, right? It's like you're used to, when you add a note to a chord, you're used to it changing its like vibratory property, and this changes its property and like timbre and like effect and everything, but it doesn't change its rhythm. You know what I mean? It stays the same rhythm when you extend onto it, which is a really special property that literally nothing else can have unless it comes from like an intra-octave concordance map in the harmonic series. It just doesn't really can't really work otherwise. And that's the effect of primodality that I've been talking about, which is like where the complexity collapses or expands. You have very heterogeneous heterogeneous segments and stuff if you don't know how to voice across them and such and such. If you know what the jargon means, yeah. So yes, and then I'll share that same one again too. So here's that 13, 17, 19 thing, very clean. And then once again, if I add the 5th, it jumps it up to 26. Can you hear that? Of course, that's obvious. What would we expect adding a small interval there? Duh, but it is what it is. And then we voice it up. The complexity won't increase, or nothing will change at all. Maybe for like half a second, because it is tempered still. Here, but it's pretty good. Smooths up a lot. And we can maybe even try to extend on more to that if we look for what 13 would have inside of it, you know? That's the thing for me. I don't care about music theory unless I can hear it. I don't care about stuff unless I can hear it. Well, I'm posting not whole, but parts of the primordial treatise while I'm working on it. So I agree, every single concordance object I've heard I like. It doesn't really even matter what. That's the weird part about it, is some of them are kind of ugly. Sometimes if you, because like for example, the way an EDO can just, what it can offer you, it just might not be what you want, where you want the sense to be, but what it offers in the intra-octave map or whatever. And so you can like, you know, you can work with it. But even the ones that are a little uglier and they just happen to fall ugly in alignment with the EDO, like they're still like, there's something about them that's remarkably like distinct, and that's what to me makes it really special. So I'm constantly on the lookout for those. I mean, a lot of my 31 equal playing is using those. You know, that was what like the whole rose chord thing, and you know, that 131 roses pieces is like, I realized there's this really cool interpretation of 31 over 2, deep over 2 on the 131st harmonic. Bingo. Sounds fucking amazing. And when you put everything else underneath it that's like from over 2, it just works. It's so good. How did I not know that? And then so if you were looking at that from a more regular view where it excludes higher primes or whatever, you would never even know that there is this 131 thing that just sits above all this other over 2 stuff in 31 that just works. So like for example, that dominant chord I played earlier, I could top it off with this if I wanted, and then I could have a shimmer, and that's gonna work. 67 to 131 is gonna work. It just will. Oh, I was gonna get there was the other interval I was gonna add too. What was it? There was the other one I was adding. There was the other one that was close that I was showing earlier in this particular map. Oh, which one was it? It was the 67th. Oh, the 49th. Okay, let me grab that. Well, that's in the rose chord. So the 49th's in the rose chord. So it's an over 2 thing. So it's like, you know, that's a almost pure, like, nearly perfect thing. The 49th harmonic and the 131st harmonic. And then otherwise the 5th and 10th harmonic, or the 5th and, 15th. It's incredible. It is literally fucking amazing. And 31 supports it incredibly. And you can extend it because of 31's great like 5 limit, which it does have, like, you know, if I talk about like limit stuff or lattice stuff, it does have a great 5, so I think that that's a pretty accurate like subset structure that it has inside of it. But you can interpret that as 175 and you get, which is just fire, you know? That's all from the Concordance map, right? I never would have like, I mean, I maybe would have played that chord, but I wouldn't have necessarily thought about voicing it in that way, or like interacting with it in that particular context, you know? You put the 149 on, or you put the 196 on top, which is the 49 times 4, and that's your top of the shell. Then you put the inner 5th harmonic, 15th harmonic, bring in the 131 below it, so then you have 196, 131. And that's just like my favorite sound like ever, I'm pretty sure. It sounds so good. It just sounds insane. There's something about it that's just like so remarkably, I don't even know. And it's crazy how much it falls apart when you add like the 5th. Hear it? Because the 5th is like 7 cents flat or 6 cents flat in 31, and this is an over 2 structure. So if the 5th is 6 or 7 cents flat, and you're trying to pull out the 131st harmonic, your concordance map has to be accurate if you're going to get this 131 node, which is several octaves up 2, to vibrate clean into the structure. And since the 5th harmonic and the 15th harmonic are pretty clean, the 15th is so-so, the 5th harmonic is really good, then it works. You could probably even put other over 2 stuff, even dissonant stuff. So technically this is lower, this is more dissonant. Boom. So nice. one thing earlier. Oh, I think it's about time for me to go. Let me see if my food's almost here. Okay, yeah, I'll get off when my food gets here. Da, 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 do, da, 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 do, do. Let's see here. Okay, heading to, it'll be here at that time. And then there's also something else I was going to check too while I was looking at my phone. I was going to check, okay. Yeah, let me check that real quick. Oh, I also need to do that thing later. Yes, I've got Patreon lessons. I actually just did a 4-hour-long harmony and voicing workshop, literally going over all the Concord, basics of the stuff. I haven't done all. Are there any good over 3 and over 5 concordances in 31? Yeah, there's actually a good 9A. That's what the neutral is. That's a concordance map from over 3. See, because it's got the 9-11 neutral-ish, then the 3-4, 3-2, and the 9-16. Listen how beautiful it is too. It's a good one. That's kind of why I love the NEM 7 so much, and that's kind of why it has a tendency to go like this. Or, sorry, that's what I meant. Yes, I do have Patreon lessons. I just launched a Patreon. There's a whole Discord server. You're welcome to ask me questions about music and post your thoughts and stuff there. I am doing workshops on there. I'm teaching. I have private lessons available through there. I also have private lessons available just purely through DM, but only if you're very serious and you're planning on booking for, in a long time or whatever. So otherwise, just go through my Patreon for now, and I've got my individual one-on-one lessons there. I'm also hosting a group class though, so once I get a couple, maybe 2 more people in that, we'll be launching that. Until then, the group class we've been meeting. The workshop was extended and had those people in it too. So and then I've got workshops that I'm going to be doing, and I already did one, and it was over principles of voicing. So we went over all in fact, that's what this thing over here in the background is. I did a whole little, I can turn myself off here, hold on. I did a whole little, I don't know how much of it's still here. It was a nice little, yeah, oh, you can't see that, can you? Oops. It was a nice little, oh, I see what I'm doing wrong. Yeah, it was a nice little thing. We went for several hours, went over everything, that you basically need to know to get started in voicing and taking advantage of really any tuning. But there's more to talk about, and that's only 4 hours. This is 4 hours. We're going to be even much more in depth on the voicing series. We will learn everything. I asked earlier about a tutorial. Do you do workshops where you introduce people to basics? Yeah. Definitely going to do those. I haven't done any yet just because the composition of beginners in my Discord is very small. But, if beginners show up and they say, hey, can you help me? I would be glad to do beginner resources, of course. My goal eventually is to create all the resources I sort of need to get people up to speed who land there. But for now, I've only had my Patreon for less than a month, so there's still quite a lot. I don't even have all of my discography up, but that's going to be one of the things, one of the tiers. So I'm still in the process of populating it, uploading all my stuff. I've made so much stuff, and it's just hard to sort through it all. So eventually I'd like to have a good up to speed for everybody. But I've gotten a pretty good up to speed so far at this point for what is vertical structure, basics primodality stuff, or my certain philosophies on certain things and such and so forth and whatnot. So a lot more I need to write out though. JMC, I'm glad my channel is so impactful for you. Thank you. I see. What's the group class topic? It changes. Until there's like a substantial pool of the people in the group class, I'm probably going to be doing like extended things around that. But yeah, like, you know, if you want, where can I find a link to the Discord? It's through my Patreon. So the smallest tier on there has access. Basically anything on the Patreon all gains access to it. I appreciate it very much. I'm stuck very much at I appreciate it very much. I am stuck at understanding much about over 2. Yeah, well, I mean, that's kind of how I feel a lot of people are. That's like why I talk about this stuff so much or whatever, or like why I'm like, I don't know, why I'm kind of like particularly obsessive about certain things in microtonality, because I really do feel like a lot of the like progress in harmony has been very stagnated because of, not entirely or anything, but like a big part in like the focus on the over 2-ness, you know? What's the intended audience of the like voicing lecture? What music like? I mean, honestly, you're going to be able to gain from it regardless of what level you're at. I don't think if you're a beginner and you watch that voicing workshop, I don't think you're going to get all the nuanced details, but you're going to understand why chords work the way they do, why they voice the way they do, things we need to consider, why we kind of look at things, how to practice learning chords, how to practice learning voicing, how to practice those things, how to get started. You know, there were beginners there when we were doing it that I was helping as well. But I don't see, okay, I got a new music student recently. I'm very, very blessed and thankful to have. And our first music lesson was it was in person. It was the first time I've done that in a while. And it was profound. And we went for a really long time. And they were like brand new at music. And that's the thing is I don't really think there's a difference between the complex things and the beginner things. They're not different. If you can get the person to hear what they need to be hearing in the first place, then the rest of it is just enjoying. I don't know. It's not... I feel like all voicing principles could be taught to an absolute beginner at the same level that like you could teach an absolute expert. Now the expert has the implicit knowledge to consume the explicit things that you're saying and then apply those much easier, but the beginner is still going to learn the principles they need, that now they need to go and put the time in order to gain exposure and gain that implicit ability that the other more experienced musician has. But the same knowledge underlies it, you know, or the same sort of interaction process, especially the vertical structure stuff. And like what is entailed when you're voicing and when you're putting something out and how to voice it into effect. Every content on modal theory? Yeah, all my stuff is pretty modal. I'm like a spectral chord scaler. So in a way, like everything I do in a way is harmonic modes. Spectral modes, basically. It's just modes on a way more whatever level. Granular, I guess, or atomic or nuclear, I don't know what you call it. By prime modality. Prime modality, it's one word. Prime mode tonality. That's what it stands for. Because any mode of the harmonic series can become its own tonal center and tonality. It can become and it is its own tonal structure, and it's also its own unique vertical arithmetic spectral structure, and that spectral structure is very special, and it has really powerful properties, just like the regular one, the regular harmonic series does. But it's just an inversion of the harmonic series at a different quality, because it's the concordance map, but just in a different inversion, but a completely different structure. Because the arithmetic structure is completely irregular, you know, no pattern, and so the primes are important because where a prime shows up as a note in the harmonic series, everything above it now, until its octave, is going to be completely unique as a ratio drawn to itself. Can't show up anywhere else. They're basically entirely unique concordance patterns in the spectrum that you can use. And the concordance pattern that we're used to, that we use all the time or whatever, you know, is the over 2 one. Or honestly, we use other ones too. We use a lot of over 3. We use a lot of over 5, and most music's over 5, over 3. We got some over 7. When people talk about like super major and stuff, and they say like septimal, when they talk about it on the lattice and they're like septimal major or whatever, they're kind of right, but only because of how the lattice thing is a subset of the harmonic series. But if you go and you start on 7, you're gonna have those septimal intervals actually be the ones. So it's a situation where the two nomenclatures actually do coalesce when it comes to like for example the 9 over 7 or the 8 over 7. or the 10/7 and such. So, or not 10/7, sorry. Yeah, those ones primarily. So that's kind of an interesting coincidence that they do align. But yeah, the primes are special because they're basically the unique generators of all the vertical structure, and they represent the landmarks in the vertical structure where the vertical structure starts a new meta series. Well, yeah, there's no dimensionality. Exactly, Joel. There's no dimensionality. Next stream, I'll do a stream where I compose in the 128 harmonics. And we'll get some free movement, some modulation. We'll get some stuff going on. We'll make some music in 128 harmonics, freely modulating. And then I can better show some of these JI principles. Here we go. Incoming primodal zonk. Get ready for it. See if you can notice it. So I'll play a diatonic and then I'll play a little primodal zonk. So strong. Why is it so clear? It like rings so hard. Compared to that. Like for example, like here's the major 7, or major 7, major 6. You'd think because it's like a 5/3 whatever, you know, lattice or whatever. Shouldn't that major 6, 7 be good? But the thing is, major 6 is from over 3, and major 7 is from over 2, and so they're actually not in the same segment. Then we get this structure here, and those are, but they're from a much higher segment, from 31. Now, of course, to put these in there, in the 5 and 3 is 27, 30. So, but even this isn't 27 because it's more out of tune because of the 5, right? So you end up with like the 5, the 6, 7 here, even though it's like 2, 3, 5 or whatever, it should sound more intonated, but then all of a sudden the over 31, it just speaks, you know, because it's actually in tune. The other ones aren't. The other ones aren't in tune, you know. Okay, I'll play a little bit of piano maybe. My food's almost here. Okay, there we go. Oh wait, is my food here right now? Okay, my food's here right now. I'll put like 2 seconds and I'm gonna go. Don't forget to hit like. Don't forget to check me out on Patreon if you want to support. If you want to check out my music, blah 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 blah. You know, the whole internet content creator shilling. Let me show myself once more. There's that link. Okay. Do you hear how much drier that fucking intonation sounds? And yes, of course, it's a little better instrument, or the other one's a better kind of tone, but everything. But like, do you hear that? How like drier the intonation is? However, check this out. Here's a primodal zonk. Here's another example. Here's 1 and 12. Here, hold on. Sorry. It's kind of an ugly one, but it is one. Melee stream? I've unironically been thinking about that recently, so I'll probably do one soon. Yes, Super Smash Brothers Melee. I'm a Melee gamer. A Melee gamer. Okay. Alright, folks. I'm going to end my stream here. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for the super chat. Whoever it was. Jerome Madeline, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Thanks everyone else for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button. If you're not on my Patreon, and you didn't give me money in super chat, don't forget to hit that like button. It's the least you can do. I'm teasing. I really appreciate your presence here, and thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. And yeah, It's been a joy. Don't forget to, after I click off this, to then go leave a comment on the video when it hits my thing in case you want me to pop in the algo, or just go watch my other videos. Give me free views. Thanks. Have a great night. Bye, everyone. It was a pleasure. Cheers. See you next time. Have a great day. Bye. Farewell. See ya. Bye.